Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone fast with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star. I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teagues, blown up for Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might jump an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look so fine.
FBI agent.
Okay. Wonderful, Elvira. You're going to have the audience jumping right out of their seat.
Oh, they'll be jumping all right. Right out of the exit. Face it, this movie is a total embarrassment. And believe me, honey, I do not embarrass easily.
That's what I love about you, baby. You're such a great little kidder.
I am not kidding, Jason. Either you do something about this script or I am out of here. Okay, now, where's the telephone?
You must have 80 pounds of asbestos under that coat.
Phenomenal, Cole. Hot stuff.
You made a perfect monster.
Oh, just trying to be myself.
No, you really have me scared.
I wish I could say the same thing for our leading lady. She's been bad rapping this picture ever since she came on the set this morning.
Preston, dear, don't worry about the money.
The bank and the IRS are fighting over which one of them is going to take our house away from us. I'd say that's cause for some alarm.
Well, I had intended to keep this a surprise until tomorrow, but...
Keep what a surprise?
Happy birthday, dear.
$15,000?
That's only the down payment. We get $60,000 in all.
Catherine, what is this all about?
A motion picture studio has rented our house. They're going to make a movie here.
Are you mad?
What?
Inviting people to this house?
Well, it'll only be for 5 days, dear, and we do need the money so badly. I thought...
You thought you could let an army of movie people march in and out of here without letting our secret be discovered?
They won't find out.
Catherine, if any intruders set foot in this house, blood will flow once more.
I thought you said this was a horror classic. Gag me with a pointed stick. Harvey, you are supposed to be helping my career, not sabotaging it. Yeah, well, who had time to read the script? I mean, all I do is hiss and drool for 120 pages. No, listen, sweetheart. I knock bad movies. I do not star in them. Look, I don't care what the contract says. You have got to get me out of it. Listen, Harvey, maybe I was reacting just a bit hastily. Let me get right back to you. Uh-huh. Right, bye. Who is the hunk hiding under all that asbestos?
Colt Seaver, the best stuntman in the business. He holds the record for a high fall.
Don't just stand there and introduce me.
Colt, I thought you'd like to meet our leading lady. Colt Seavers, this is Elvira.
Big as life.
Real pleasure.
Oh, no, the pleasure's all mine. You'll forgive me. Normally, I meet a man before I barbecue him.
Yeah, well, here I am. Well done.
I'll say.
Mr. Clemmer, there's a lady on the phone. She says there's a problem with the company filming at her house.
Terrific.
Well, Miss Elvira, I'd like you to meet my associates, Jody Banks, and Hallie Munson. Jody's going to be doubling you tomorrow in stunts.
Oh, gee, that doesn't give you much time to work on your figure.
What's that supposed to mean?
Jody, maybe we better go over the next stunt.
No, Colt. You and I have a lot in common. Just being in this movie means we both must like to live dangerously. I mean, you could get killed in the fall. I could get killed by the reviews.
Well, at least you know you won't die of boredom.
Not as long as you're around.
Mrs. Dover, a deal is a deal. You can't possibly back out now.
But my husband absolutely forbids it. We're spiring the help. He's closing down the house.
I will not be in need of your services.
But what about the roses? Who's going to water the roses? Who will talk to them?
The ghosts of Deauville.
They'll die without my help.
Good. I hate roses.
If I go, who'll prepare the eggs Florentine?
It'll do me good to get away from your lethal sauces.
But you'll starve without my hearty Chopino Royale, or my luminous linguine alla fresco, not to mention my awesome osso buco.
If you could learn to cook as well as you can talk, I'd double your salary. You never understood. All I ever wanted was a decent ham sandwich.
You won't see me complaining. I could use a little vacation.
Unfortunately, It will be a permanent one.
You're firing me?
I prefer to think of it as an act of mercy. Look at you. You have the soul of a poet and the mind of a genius. And you're nothing but a caretaker.
You're completely insane.
Exactly. And with a little diligence, the same could be true for you.
You can take your trucks and your people and turn them right around.
Why don't we just step inside and talk about it?
Don't come any closer.
Couldn't ask for a better place to shoot a horror movie, could you?
I don't know. I don't like the idea of spending Halloween in a place like this.
Would be the ghost, would it?
Don't laugh. You know, a guy on the crew said this place is supposed to be haunted.
Sensational. I could use a good scare.
What time's Colt supposed to get here?
Well, he said he'd leave right after he finished that second unit stunt, so we ought to be able to make it before 10 o'clock tonight.
Mr. Deauville, your wife has given me full legal authorization to shoot in your home. Now, if we have to start looking for a new location at this late date, it's going to cost us hundreds and thousands of dollars. And you can be sure the studio will sue you for every penny of a loss.
Is that a threat?
Call it what you like.
The last thing you want to do is strong-arm the guy. What this calls for is a little good old-fashioned diplomacy.
How you want to get involved?
Take your money, Kramer, and go.
Wait a minute. Howie Munson, Mr. Deauville. I'm glad to meet you. Look, I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking that a herd of buffaloes is going to stampede through your living room and they're going to destroy everything in their path, right?
Get this man away from me.
Well, nothing could be further from the truth. The fact is that we hire people whose only job is to make sure that everything is left just the way we find it.
Stop.
Your antiques are going to be better than new.
May the hounds of hell drive you to doom.
Don't worry about your pets, Mr. Deauville.
May the demons of purgatory pluck out your eyes.
No, wait a minute. You can't talk to me like that. May you turn into a goblin on All Hallows Eve.
Oh! You are cursed forever.
You shouldn't have cursed him so horribly.
Well, you want to talk horribly? What about the things he has in store for me?
Yes, I'll try my best to make him revoke the curse.
Don't bother. I don't believe in any of this nonsense.
Oh, you poor dear, and so young.
But Mrs. Deauville, tell him that if he'll revoke, so will I.
Very well, I'll try my best.
Good thing looks can't kill.
What did I do? Gee.
Murray, keep your hands off me, all of them.
Just a little joke.
Yeah, where'd you get your sense of humor? A funeral parlor? Creepy. Yeah.
The butler here will show you the rooms.
This way, please.
That's not a butler. That's a brick wall with tails.
What's up there?
Stairs lead to the east wing.
I can see that.
Nobody's permitted into the east wing. Nobody.
Yes, sir. Hey, whatever you say is okay by me.
coat washed out behind me.
Really? Hey, if you want to take a shower, it's in there.
Huh, no thanks. I just had one. You got tomorrow's call sheet?
Right there on the dresser.
6 a.m. call.
When Jason told me I would be bunking with a stunt person, I thought he was talking about Colt.
Well, sorry to disappoint you.
Look, darling, why don't you just do the decent thing and switch rooms with him?
If that's the decent thing, what do you call what you have in mind?
I think there's a French word for it.
Aren't you going to put on a nightgown?
This is my nightgown.
Yeah?
Yes. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and Colt will call Mommy for a glass of water in the middle of the night. He's such a little boy at heart.
Huh. What's that you're reading?
Curses, spells, and hexes. I found it on the shelf.
Oh, that's good thinking. Now you can find out what's going to happen to you now that you're cursed.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Come on, kid, you don't believe all this stuff, do you?
It says right here that a goblin is an evil spirit that takes on a life form after it's dead.
Preston often had insomnia, especially when he was upset.
Was he upset last night?
Yes, and it's all my fault. I was the one who gave those movie people permission to come here, and he was furious.
You're sure there was no foul play?
Well, those stairs were always a hazard. No, this was a horrible, horrible accident.
That poor lady. This is a heck of a time for her to be surrounded by strangers. I wish we could just all go and leave her in peace.
You don't think that curse of mine could have been responsible, do you?
Nah, of course not.
If I need anything else, I'll give you a call. I'm really sorry about this. If there's anything I can do.
Oh, there is one thing you could do. Could you please tell the coroner that I'm obliged to honor my husband's long-standing wish of immediate burial in case of death?
I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Mrs. Deauville, my deepest condolences. I do hope you'll understand we have to press on with our business.
Of course.
I'll try not to trouble you with trivialities, but I do have to tell you that we'll be moving some things in the basement tomorrow.
My husband never allowed anyone into the basement. We store very fragile antiques there.
I promise we'll be very careful. Oh, and by the way, if it seems like we're busting up the furniture and the windows, they're only breakaway replicas we've had made.
Drop it a quarter inch.
You got it.
Colt Seaver, you son of a gun. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm stunt coordinator on the film. And I'm doubling you.
Me? Oh, you must be in the final stunt.
I mean, all the way through the picture.
Well, that's absurd. Unless you have a different script than I do, there's nothing here I can't handle myself.
Well, I'd take that up with the director.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be my leading man.
Anthony Mark, at your service. You lucky lady.
Stick around. I want you to double him in the love scenes, too.
My husband's favorite mirror.
I'm really sorry. I'll pay for it.
Yes. I fear that you will.
Been a lot better if I'd hit a breakaway candelabra instead of the real one.
What are you talking about? It can't be the real one. We switched it for the stunt.
Somebody must have switched him back at the last minute.
Right under our noses? That can't be possible.
All right, first team.
Unless Colt really was wrestling with a phantom. That wasn't bad, Colt, but you really ought to save yourself for the rough stuff.
I could have walked through that stunt with one hand tied behind my back.
Maybe I should have tried it that way.
Jody, have you seen my knee pads?
Yeah, they're downstairs. Do you want me to go get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jody, be careful.
Howard, do you know what night tonight is?
Yeah, it's October 31st. All Hallows Eve.
Exactly. It's Halloween. We're in a haunted house. The owner just died mysteriously, and Colt just got hurt because candelabras are walking around.
Yeah.
Don't make things any worse. Oh, how are you feeling?
Oh, it was a lovely ceremony. We laid him to rest in the family plot just beyond the gate. At least he'll always be close by.
Well, I'm glad.
What's she doing?
You must get out of here. Oh,
Cat! Mrs. Deauville, what's the matter?
I just saw him.
So who?
Preston, my husband.
Still, I can see why you're upset, but why don't you let us set you up with a nice room in town?
Don't patronize me. I know I buried my husband. I also know that I just now saw him on the balcony. He must have come back because he blames all of you for his death. Now, if you stay, I am afraid for your lives. Please, please.
Arms, grab me. Well, how to say this? I'm afraid.
What?
I saw who those arms belonged to. It was Preston Deauville.
You know, Colt, you're probably right. There must be a logical explanation for everything that's been going on in this house.
Yeah, of course there is. But I'm trying to figure out how Jody saw Deauville.
Or thought she did. I mean, it's one thing to have an open mind about paranormal phenomena, and it's another thing altogether to be seeing ghosts around every corner.
I heard something at the door.
I don't hear anything. You're starting to hear things, Colt.
Trick or treat!
Trick or treat.
I forgot I was Halloween. I'll get some candy.
Hurry. A little wet, huh, kid?
Yeah.
Get away from me, please. Get away from me. Please. Oh, God. No! No! No!
Cut! Trent!
Hey, not bad, kid. With a little magnification on the lens, no one will even know it wasn't me. You were wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
I knew you'd fall for me sooner or later. Hard act to follow, isn't it?
I could have done that.
You know what I like about you, Tony? There's not an honest bone in your body. You don't find that every day. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most drop-dead gorgeous one of all? Oh! Oh, why, thank you. You're not so bad yourself. Oh, look out, Colt Seavers. Elvira is on the prowl.
Elvira, I used up all the lotion. I hope you don't mind.
Sorry, I'll get some more in the morning. Elvira?
Jody? Listen.
It was Preston Doble. I saw him again.
Who?
I'm not crazy. It was Preston Deauville. I saw him. He was squeezing my hand with all his might.
Jody, that's not possible. He's dead.
It was Preston Deauville. I'm telling you, he's alive. I swear, Mrs. Deauville, it was your husband.
You don't have to convince me, young lady. I told all of you that I saw his ghost myself. Preston considered his home sacred, don't you see? He has come back to drive you all out.
Stouffville, did you actually see the body of your husband before the burial?
Well, no. The funeral home sent his body over in the casket.
I'd like to make sure that, well, you see...
Look, what Gorgeous here is trying to say is what's on all our minds. We just want to make sure your late husband is still late. Get it?
Well, I guess if that's the only way you're going to be convinced, when would you want to do it?
Within the next hour.
Digging up graves by the light of the moon in the middle of a rainstorm on Halloween night? Man after my own heart.
Must it be so soon?
I took the liberty of contacting the local coroner. Now, he only has jurisdiction over the body for 24 hours. If we wait past midnight, it becomes a state matter. Then it could take days and lots of red tape.
Poor Preston.
Poor Preston? Come on, honey. At least he's all nice and dry down there. We'll probably get soaked.
I don't believe that we're doing this.
You're not getting cold feet, are you?
You could share champagne with them.
Nonsense. We're all acting like a bunch of sissies.
Yes, I missed my bet. We're about to open a very empty coffin.
Yeah, well, a century ago, they sent men to the gallows for robbing graves. There's even an old story that he who disturbs the rest of the dead never finds peace again.
Keep jabbering, Howie, and you're gonna wake up every corpse in this graveyard.
You can open it up now, Doc.
Go ahead.
You're the coroner.
So what? I've never done anything like this before.
You think we have?
Go ahead, kid.
Well, we must have been wrong. It certainly couldn't have been him.
No, we were not wrong. That's the man that grabbed me in the hallway. He did this to my hand.
Well, Jody, you can see for yourself. He's dead.
There's nothing to tap me. I want to make sure it doesn't happen again.
What do you suggest we do, Cole? Burn incense and chant prayers?
Suggest we go back to our rooms and lock our doors. Don't open it for anyone unless you know it's one of the rest of us.
Listen, Colt. It might be a good idea if you and Jody switched rooms for the night. I mean, that way, each one of us has a big, strong man to protect us.
What about me?
Sorry, Tony. You'll just have to fend for yourself. I mean, there's just not enough big, strong men to go around.
Let's go. We can bury him in the morning and stop training.
Well, I never met a ghost yet who wasn't a lingerie freak.
I mean, you didn't do all this?
What do I look like, a slob? Look, Colt, we both know that this whole ghost shtick was just a ploy to get me alone. Wow. Finally, I believe in the supernatural.
Oh. Well, which will you have, the couch or the bed?
Whichever you choose, Gorgeous. You romantic devil, you.
Aren't you overdoing this a little bit? I just thought it'd make you feel a little safer.
I see it's for me.
Did you hear that?
Maybe we better check that out.
Wait a minute. Colt said to stay put.
You're not afraid of a little noise, are you?
No, I'm not afraid of a little noise. What's making the noise that's got me worried?
I've got this eerie feeling I've seen all this before. Like in every film Lon Chaney Jr.'s ever made.
Oh, you can do it.
I wonder what it would take to scare you.
I don't know. Losing your phone number might do it.
You know, the whole East Wing was off limits. I wonder why.
We better check the basement.
The basement?
Well, the sound was coming from below. We're on the bottom floor. There's nowhere else it could have come from. Oh, that organ music's creepy.
Especially when no one's playing the organ.
Well, I can't say we didn't try.
Kept away from the outside world. But who?
Perhaps a very ugly chambermaid?
It's obvious it's somebody that the Novilles didn't want us to meet.
What you got there?
Some kind of scrapbook. I think we just found our ghost. Looks like Preston Deauville has an identical twin brother, Andrew.
Now, the only question is, which one did we dig up and which brother's still alive?
Wait here.
Where are you going?
Just wait here. Ow.
Howie? Oh.
the most horrible thing I've ever felt. It was like that skeleton was trying to embrace me.
Oh, be grateful, honey. I've had some like that still breathing.
You didn't see or hear anything downstairs?
Yeah, there was somebody in that basement, all right. I was following what sounded like footsteps when Jody screamed. He probably got away in the commotion.
It's our job to lure him back to the third dimension. Round up everybody. Tell them to meet us in the living room downstairs in 10 minutes.
Okay. Hey, come on.
Colt, do you mind telling me how you intend to trap a ghost?
Elvira, you and I will have to have a little talk.
Oh, you romantic devil, you.
When Preston and I moved into this house, we heard stories about awful things which are said to have occurred here. Of course, we took it all with a grain of salt.
So you have no idea who that skeleton down there is?
No, Mr. Munson. As far as I know, he could have been anybody.
Well, it's not a he, it's a she. I can tell by the structure of the pelvic bone. And not a young woman at that.
What's the point of getting everybody down here, Colt? It's going to be light in an hour, and nobody here's had any sleep.
Don't ask me. It was Elvira's idea.
Mrs. Deauville, you said that you and your husband had an agreement that you would try to bring him back from the dead.
What are you getting at?
I'd like to do that right here, right now.
A seance?
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it's the only way we'll ever get the answers to our questions.
Any more of where this came from?
Yes, there's some more in the pantry.
Colt, don't you think you've had enough?
If I've had enough, how come I'm still thirsty?
Mr. Severs. Mr. Colt Severs seems to have had too much to drink. I was unable to wake him.
Why don't you take his chair, James?
Are you sure you know how to do this?
Yeah, nothing to it. I know the seance scene from Return of the Wailing Dead by heart. Everyone place your hands upon the table. Watch it, honey. That's a $40 manicure. Now clear your minds of everything. Even sex. We call upon the restless spirits from the world beyond. We beckon to those on the other side to narrow the breach so that our loved one might cross the boundary which separates him from us. We ask that the Prince of Darkness unfurl his grasp, that the forces of evil grant us safe passage, that you may grace our presence, if only in spirit. Preston Deauville, we summon you from your grave into our midst.
Preston, are you there?
If you are here, give us a sign.
A sign, Preston. Is that you, Preston?
No!
I don't understand. If it's not you, Preston, who are you?
You know who I am. I am Andrew.
No.
Who's Andrew?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're lying, Catherine.
No!
Who are you, Andrew?
Preston's twin brother,
Tell them, Catherine.
Tell us what, Mr. Doble? What's he talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell them how my mother died. Tell them how Preston murdered her. And stuffed her body in the basement.
No.
Tell them how he told the whole world that I had done it. Tell them about how they put me away in an asylum for 15 years. And when I got out, how Preston made me a prisoner in this house.
Oh, this is mad. I don't know what this is all about.
And tell them about how he killed me.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
How he made me fall down those stairs.
Oh, my God.
Tell them.
Preston made me. He got the idea of killing you. So everyone would believe Preston died. So we could collect the insurance money and save the house. I didn't mean to do it.
I'll send you back to the grave. I killed you once and I will do it again.
Oh, go back to the grave.
You better head back with me, Mr. Doble.
Never.
I can understand how finding that old newspaper article put you onto the twin brother, but how did you know that it was the twin that came back and killed Preston and not the other way around?
Well, one of the things they mentioned in that article was that the brothers were identical in every way except one. Preston was a southpaw, and his brother was right-handed.
So what does that tell you?
Well, when I noticed the bruising on your hand from where he had gripped it, his left hand left a much larger bruise than the right.
Hey, that's pretty nifty.
You might say that Deauville made a grave error.
Oh, quiet, I'm on.
And now the mistress of the dark, the queen of evil, Satan's best girl, the one and only Elvira.
Hello, darling. I guess you didn't have anything to do on a Saturday night either. Well, don't despair. When you see the performances in tonight's feature, you'll realize that there are those even less fortunate than you.
Great glamour.
Yeah, nice.
I like you better in person.
Just shut up and watch, okay? Before I inflict these movies upon you, I want to dedicate it to some very special people who made my upcoming movie, the clip of which you just saw. A real pleasure to work on, believe me. Now, I'd like to pay tribute to the folks who take more abuse than anyone. These people do the real dirty work behind the scenes and rarely get to share in the spotlight.
Oh, Elvira, you didn't have to do this.
That's right, ladies and germs. I'm talking about the unsung hero of show business, the personal agent.